I think every institution might fear giving up some power or releasing some authority to other people.
Sagal Abdi-Wali, it's fantastic to have you with us on the podcast. And you're the leader of Camden Council, of course, right in the middle of London. But you've not been a councillor for all that long, I think.
Not that long at all.
What was your connection with Camden? How did you come to be here in the first place?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Steve. So I grew up here. I came to Camden. I came to the UK as a refugee with my family, a child refugee. I don't almost want to give the years away, back in the early 90s. And Camden was the main place that we made a home, and sort of were assisted by a number of different things like the local community and local services as well to really build a home here as a family. And so Camden's been my home ever since, essentially, other than small moments where I've left for like university or work.
So you're very deeply rooted.
Yeah, I love
in the community here.
Much,
and how did you end up being elected to the council?
So it was actually quite a bit of a journey, like everyone else. I sort of, like many people actually, I loved current affairs and politics and studied at a uni, and then decided to take a step away from it. Did some work in the community and some activism, and then eventually sort of found myself back into politics just because of the environment, the climate and the change around us politically, and felt that I needed to get involved again.
And you've had quite a meteoric rise, to be fair. It's not you. What year were you first elected to the council?
I was elected in 22.
22, and now it's only 4 years later and you're the leader of the council. I mean, that's pretty dramatic.
Yeah,
how did that happen?
It seems like it, but it's actually like a longer journey. It's been involved about 6-7 years before I ever decided to stand. And if I needed to feel like I could make a real difference in politics and as a politician locally, before I decided to stand, and then ever since then it's sort of been a journey to make sure that.
And does that sense of community that got you involved, how much does that still drive you in your work as the leader of one of the most high-profile councils in the country now? Yeah,
I would say it's the driving force, really. Everything I want to do is about making the community better and trying to make the lives and the wider borough much more improve the lives of everyone around us, to make sure that that's the change that we're making is impacting everyone across the borough and not just sort of staying in certain pockets.
Yeah, and you're not the first leader of Camden to speak like that either, because I know Georgia Gould quite well. When I was a leader of Lambeth in South London, she later on became the leader in Camden as well. Very driven by community, did a lot of work to put power into the hands of community. So you're building on that legacy, are you? Taking it forward?
Absolutely, yeah. Georgia was really great to work with as a councillor. As a new councillor in those first years, and then previously as well in my work in local government, I really saw sort of the change that she led on, and it's made me want to make sure that we continue on with that, even as we're sort of focusing on other things and making sure that the community is always at the heart of all of that work.
So where have you seen it work? What examples have you got here in Camden where the community has taken a bit more power and they've done something with it you might not have expected?
There's quite a lot actually. We've got this estate as part. We do a lot of mission work, and one of our main missions is the estates and neighbourhood mission. And in that we've got we've got several projects, and one of them is sort of community champions, where we sort of take people from local estates and neighbourhoods and empower them to have the tools that they need to really bring out what they need from their own estates, and really empower them to make sure that their estates are how they want it to see. And so we've got quite a few projects, including the Kentish Down Peckwater estate, where we've just seen community champions work alongside their district management committee and in the housing area, the council and Arsenal Football Club, to really rebuild a local pitch there that was being completely forgotten about, and now is a real hub for the community, and making sure that young people have a place to feel safe and play on. And there's a number of other projects as well that are really amazing, and that Camden has helped, has made sure that it's the community that's taken that power back.
And what makes it different about, I mean, the council could have just come and done that itself. What's the difference with having the community intimately involved in doing it?
Well, it's ultimately, the thing will be what the community wanted it to be. So, and then it's the future of it and maintenance of it, and sort of how it ends up with the community sort of really using it is led by the community, right? So that's the most important thing.
So do they have a sense of ownership over it they wouldn't have otherwise had?
Yeah, they're literally running it now.
So
and
it's theirs.
Exactly as they would want it to be.
And you used the word empower before. Now I hear that word a lot, but it seems to mean different things to different people.
Yeah.
What is it to empower people?
I think it's to give them the tools that they need. I think a lot of the times what we've seen is that people have this vision and an idea of what they want their estate or their neighbourhood or their street to be, and they have like these amazing ideas and they just aren't able to bring them to fruition because of small things that can be easily unlocked by either the council or local organisations or even businesses. And so it's just giving people the tools to make sure that their vision comes to life.
And is that things that, because everyone elects councillors, do you think those are things councillors can't do for people?
They can't do.
Yeah, they can't do that themselves.
Yeah, as in, I think it's a combination. I think it's councillors are there to I think councillors a lot being on the ground sort of know who the real sort of players are in a way that then helps councils or like VCS organisations, of which Camden has like a really great history with, to find those people that aren't maybe sort of vocal enough to really be like pushing themselves forward in that way. And so I think councillors have a real sort of opportunity, have a real part to play in making sure that some of the more voiceless people have a voice in being able to build their own areas.
Very important. And we're sitting here in the Talacre, that's how you pronounce it, Talacre Community Centre, and it looks like it's got a leisure sort of a sports hall on one side, and we see a group of toddlers playing in a soft play area out of the other window. What is this place? How did it come to be like this?
Yeah, so it's existed for some time. There's a lot of investment that's just obviously gone into it from the Leveling Up project, and it's basically rebuilt this gymnasium that so many of the young people in Camden are able to now come to and hopefully create a few future Olympians in there. Yeah. And the soft play is one of the most requested soft plays in London, I think. And
really?
There's over 4,000 people that have used it just in the last 6 weeks. And, and then we've got a football pitch outside. This whole hub has just become somewhere that young people, older people, when it comes to the issue of like loneliness, which is becoming a bit of a major issue for us in Camden, that have places where they can go to make sure that these issues are sort of tackled in a more holistic way.
And what was the role of the community in getting this built and put up in the way that it is?
Yeah, I think the community had a huge shape and had a huge part to play in making sure that how it was the final shape of it. Yeah. All the parts of it are things that the community really wants, and then there's obviously the role they play in terms of working here and being volunteers and the use of it as users as well. So.
Right. Do they feel that they have some control over how it operates? It's not just a traditional council facility.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think when you see the people out there and how much they sort of love the area and how they love the space itself as well, it's ultimately it's only going to succeed if it is theirs and that they have control of and they feel that they can really build.
And how much talk about empowering communities, giving them a bigger say over services. How much further can we go in that? Because it's quite a big shift and it's quite difficult to get politicians to let go of their power enough to let communities take it and use it. How much further do you think we can go with that agenda?
I think it's very far. I think I don't think it's just politicians. I think every institution might fear giving up some power or releasing some authority to other people, and whether it's communities or not. But I think the work we've done, whether it's with citizens assemblies or residents panels, shows that where we're working with our communities, we get the best out of all of our services. So I think there's much more we can do, and we're doing at the moment here in Camden in ensuring that all of our services bring that community voice in.
Yeah, well, it's really exciting to see the values that brought you all into politics now playing out, that you've got some power. So, Sagal Abdi-Wali, thank you very much for spending time with us today.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.